Okay, next property is, we've already looked at 5 properties. The next one, call number 6. Looks like this. This is going to be a little strange. Let's see if I can explain it. Any non-zero number raised to the 0 power that is not 0 to the 0. Anything else raised to the 0 equals 1. For example, 3 to the 0 equals 1. 5 to the 0 equals 1. A to the 0 equals 1. Okay. Real quick, let me try and explain why this is true. Think about, let's use one of our other properties that we've already learned just for an explanation. Okay. This is a to the third divided by a to the third. We know that should be equal to 1, right? Any number divided by itself is 1. Well, let's apply your subtraction rule for dividing. The shortcut rule is subtraction. You do this, right? You do 3 minus 3. So a to the 3 minus 3, that should be a to the 0, which we already talked about. That should be 1. So if you do it that way, that's 1. And if you do it just the way you know before, dividing a number by itself, it's also 1. Okay, so that's one explanation why that happens. Raise a whole bunch of things to the 0 power. Another example, 3xy, all raised to the 0 is 1. Okay. Alright, moving on. Next property, negative exponents. So we'll see this a lot in this chapter. We don't want negative exponents in our answer. So what does a negative exponent mean? That is, a number raised to a negative power is 1 over that number to the positive power. Okay. For example, x to the negative 3, that's the same thing as 1 over x to the third. Alright. So I'll give you an example when that happens. What if I ask you in a problem to simplify x to the third divided by x to the 7th? So we would apply our property that we already know, the subtraction property, right? X to the 3 minus 7 is negative 4, right? You always start with the top and subtract the bottom, and then x to the negative 4. Then I'd have to come up here and apply this property, right? So that's 1 over x to the 4th. Alright? So that's all 7 of our properties. What we're going to have to do next is just do a bunch of examples. Alright? So I'm going to stop this video now, and in the next video it's just a bunch of examples.